Hey, what's up, guys? So this question has been floating around YouTube and Twitch and I almost said Reddit for a while, a long time. So as long as there have been two companies making video cards, and the questions basically go as, what happens if you have two different video cards in your PC? Well, does it work? Is there a use for that? And I'm gonna answer it in a different way than most people have because it's been answered 5 times at least, and that's a lot of times for a question. And it's kind of the same consensus. There are very specific use cases, but generally it's just kind of useless. But I seek to answer it in different ways. So today we've got our trusty. Well, I say our trusty. You guys have you've seen it, but I haven't explained what this is. 1080 Ti Poseidon here. It's got water cooling fittings, but it's an air cooled card for now. And we're just gonna put that in our 9800X gaming PC. Well, soon to be our gaming PC. Currently is just our test bench, and we're just gonna plug that in real quick. I just recorded the first part of this video, and I at no point thought to plug in the monitor, so I spent 20 minutes hoping I didn't just fry my GPU and getting legitimately scared, and then I realized that I didn't turn the monitor, I didn't have it plugged in correctly, which is not what you want to do. If I don't get this, I'm going to cut. Alright, GPU 1 installed, and GPU 2. You know what? I was going to start with the prank and be like, GT 640. But that'll come later. Right now, we'll start with the Vega 64 in here as well. So we've got a liquid cooled Vega 64 card. Now these two cards are, I don't want to say similar. The GTX 1080 Ti does, I don't want to say, I keep saying I don't want to say. That's because I do just love the way this card looks. But in full honesty, the 1080 Ti does outperform it by not a super small margin. It is a pretty large margin of outperformance by the 1080 Ti. At least mine, in my case, that I've seen on specific games. But it's not horrible. I like this card. I'm personally a fan of everything about this card, especially how it looks. Though I am kind of biased because it looks so beautiful. It is probably one of the cleanest graphic cards. Oh my god. Graphics cards that I have ever, when you just forget how to English with Dinky the Sank. Alright, so we're going to turn that on, and I just figured out today my motherboard has an onboard power switch, so we're just going to turn that on. And here's the question. Which GPU gets the power switch? Or power switch. I can't English at all tonight. Whatever. Which GPU gets the trusty DisplayPort cable? Well, as it was the first GPU installed, I believe the 1080 Ti should get it. Yeet. Grab our trusty keyboard and mouse. Soon this won't be a 9800X. I will replace it with something much different or much test benchier. I do want to get an open bench table. Though honestly, motherboard box seems to work the greatest. Okay, we've gotten to our BIOS screen, which is great. I'm just going to log in. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we're on. What exactly is the use of these? That's why you're here, and okay. Now we're on. Now, time to answer the question. What exactly is the point? Can you even use these together in any way? What is the use? How can they even work together? I've said the same thing in 4 different ways. So, the answer is yes, there is a use, and here's what I'm going to show you. This is OBS. This is what I use to record, generally. So, I go to my video settings, and that's what. But when I go to my encoding settings, I have my encoder set to NVENC, or NVENC, which is NVIDIA's hardware encoding on their graphics cards. Their encoding is generations better than Radeon's. AMD just hasn't caught up, and it's, I always say that as a negative towards them. If you're looking to stream on a budget, an NVIDIA graphics card will have a better encoder. This is the Pascal encoder, which isn't as good as the new Turing one, but it's pretty good. So, what we're going to do is something that I'm guessing some of you have already guessed what we're going to do. We're going to take out the DisplayPort cable from the GTX 1080 Ti. I'm going to plug it into, I can't do it one-handed. Going to plug it into the Vega 64, and we have a signal again. But it's running out of, apparently it's running out of different a different, whatchamacallit, resolution. I don't have words today. So we have actually our resolution is 2560 by 1440. I set it to that for a reason. So we're going to head back in the OBS studio. We have a display capture. I'm kind of just showing you guys exactly what I'm doing. Oh, cool. Awesome display capture. Sweet. And so we are still recording with the GTX 1080 Ti. And this is where it gets interesting. So we're going to launch Hitman 2. Hitman 2 is a great example of why this works. Because in Hitman 2, I'm actually going to start recording so I can show you guys the screen instead of my face. Who wants to see this? So start record. Oh, what did I just press? Studio mode. So I pressed start. Did I press it? Yep. Start recording with this. So I'm recording on the 1080 Ti. Fans still haven't spun up. Now, in my settings on Hitman 2, I'm setting my graphics processor to the RX Vega. I'm pressing save. I'm still recording on the 1080 Ti. And now I'm going to play. So, I'm going to play the game and I'm recording with the GTX 1080 Ti. And this brings me into point number 1 of why this is useful in any way. Recording at higher resolutions, or generally just recording when you have one good and one bad graphics card. And like I said, that NVIDIA encoder. So let's say I have a Vega 64, a great card. It's great. It does great, not as good as 1080 Ti, but it does great in gaming. I like it. And I also have, let's say, I don't know, a GTX 1070. Or even a GTX 1060, both Pascal-based graphics cards with the Pascal encoder. Well, the encoder on the Vega 64 is garbage, but I want to record videos. What do? Well, this is what you do. You plug in your GTX 1060 or 1070, and you can use it to record gameplay that'll look way better while playing on your Vega. That is one use right there. So, obviously, the gameplay, there's no effect. I've recorded gameplay. It's probably playing over already.
What?
So yeah, this game actually runs pretty badly on Vega. I don't know why, because they're like neck and neck in some games, but this game is just, the difference is humongous. Hi, my name is Humongous. Like, it is huge. So that's use number 1. I'm gonna stop recording. But here comes use number 2. So I'm gonna shut down this PC, and I'm going to show you the use that I just thought of about 20 minutes ago. I tested this before, that's where I got the gameplay from. But there's use number 2 that I didn't test, and I'm going to test right now in front of you guys. If this works, I'm going to be amazed. I am going to laugh so hard. Because this is like the funniest prank you could play on someone, or just like something funny like for April Fools. Keep that in mind when April Fools come. So I'm going to remove the Vega because it's just not that good. It's just not that good. Looks good, not that good. You want to know why it's not that good? It takes 2x8 pins. 2x8 pin of GPU power. I simply cannot have that today. That is too much power, and this stupid... I'm using a screwdriver to get this stupid PCI Express, like, safety thing. It never comes out. This stupid graphics card. Alright, Vega 64 comes out. There's the nice backplate. And GT640 goes in. So this is an HP branded GT640 with 4 gigabytes of DDR3. I think. I have not used this or checked hardware info in forever. And, oh, no power needed. Awesome. So I'm going to turn that on, turn on my computer, and I'm going to plug the DisplayPort cable well into the better GPU. the GT 640, the most amazing GPU that's ever existed. Well, it appears it might be broken, but I will log back onto Windows and we will find out in a second. Yep, nope, it appears it is straight up broken. Device Manager does not seem to allow it to appear. I don't want to go on Steam. No, that doesn't exist. Okay, well, can I just take this out since it's not really in the computer? Yeah, I can. Hot swap. Yeah, that's disappointing. Well, basically, what I was going to try to show you guys is, you noticed on Hitman, some games allow this. There's other ways to do it on other games, but on Hitman, it let me select with which graphics card I wanted to use. So, when I was using the Vega, I selected the Vega because the monitor was plugged into the Vega. But it allows you to select a different graphics card than what is plugged in to the monitor, believe it or not. So that's another use for it. If I want to use my Vega, because I just like having it in my PC, it looks nice, maybe I edit with it. I like editing, it works great, so I plug my monitor into it. But on one game, especially Hitman, it's just so unoptimized, but I really don't want to switch out my graphics cards. Well, plug in a 1080 Ti, leave your monitor plugged into your Vega, set the processor of the game to the 1080 Ti, and yes, you can play on your 1080 Ti through your Vega 64. I thought that's insane. I don't know. I just discovered that today. Even though I probably could have Googled it and actually had a script or something, I just discovered that today. Now, I was really hoping that this GT 610, just 640 would work, but it doesn't. I'm not going to throw it again because that would be loud, and I don't want to. But it is officially broken. That is my first ever gaming PC graphics card, by the way. GT 640. So, what have we learned? Not much. Basically, so there's two main uses, and here they are. Well, three, if you count let's say you want 8 monitors. Yeah, okay, you can use 2. But what have you learned besides that? First of all, if you want to record, especially if you're talking about like 5K recording, my 1080 Ti, I have two 1080 Ti's. I could use one to record 5K and the other one to play the game in 5K. Something like that. They go up to 8K is their highest resolution. Secondly, so recording on one, let's say I want to play on the Vega 64 and I have a GTX 1060, you could record with the 1060, play on the Vega 64, and you get max performance and max recording quality that you can. Or it's like a 1660 Ti. Not the greatest performer, but it has the Turing encoder. That would be a great use. If you just have the extra money, buy a 1660 Ti for recording. Second use, less popular, but you like your Vega 64, or you use your graphics card. I'm using these two as examples. Replace the Vega 64 with X graphics card. You like one graphics card because maybe you use it for editing, and it works great. But one performs better in a specific or some specific tasks. Well, put them both in your PC, and whichever task works better on whichever card, you can set that card to do the processing for that task, and the other one will basically just act as a display port for it. So those are the 2.5, I'm calling that 8 display thing half, reasons to buy, or not to buy, to have 2 different graphics cards, even if they're different companies, in the same PC. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed. I know I'm not as professional as a lot of these other channels, and I kind of just had a very weird sit-down thing, and I tested on video, and I've got a weird setup, but that's really it. I did want to make this video. I was kind of told to make this video, so I was like, yo, you should make a video about graphics cards. You have a bunch of them. I'll actually make a video coming up soon about how many graphics cards I actually do have, because it's surprisingly sad how many graphics cards I have. That's the point. Hope you guys kind of enjoyed. Thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down and a mean comment if you didn't. Thanks so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.